Why do you need some chickens? What's that? You have something to add? Why not? That's what I want to know. Some people say, oh, they're nasty, they stink. Well, you would too if you didn't have plumbing. This chicken right here is either an ISA brown or a golden comet. Hey, what's going on, bird? They're really friendly. Some of the other ones aren't so much. We have some white leghorns. They aren't as awesome as these. Like, see this? Where are you at? Yeah, see how awesome? See how awesome she is? Calm down. I needed one for the video. She's actually not the friendliest. Yeah, everybody knows. Everybody knows you're lame right now. Oh, crazy. And we're back with an even less willing subject. This here is a white leghorn. She is one of the commercial breeds that they use. She produces the white eggs, and they're pretty large. They're extra large, I believe. She's a small bird, not made for meat production at all. As far as friendly, not so much. We do have one leghorn. All right, calm it down. We do have one leghorn that's actually kind of friendly and will let us pick her up, but the rest of them are really, they're very scared. They're very chicken. The reason why we got more is because I figure if they ever got out of the chicken coop, we've had some get out, and the raccoons will get them. These are quick. I think they'll have a better chance of staying alive. How well they do with weather, the coldest it's gotten around here was probably 7 degrees Fahrenheit. They seem to do just fine. They don't freeze to death or anything, and they do well in the summertime. The other birds that we have are the golden comets. They are a little bit bigger. They produce a large egg, a little bit smaller than these white leghorns, but it's more of a tan and brown color. The golden comets look exactly like ISA browns. ISA browns are a production bird. That's when you get the brown eggs from the store and they try to charge you extra money for it. It's just from a different kind of bird. So how hard is it to raise these animals? When you get them as baby chicks, it's kind of a pain. You do have to put a little effort into it. You have to put a heat lamp on them and make sure that they are at about 95 degrees. Even on a 80-degree sunny day in the summertime, they can still get hypothermia because they're not able to regulate that heat. When they're clustered together, they are freezing cold. When they're walking around and doing their own thing, then they're totally fine. So even when it's under freezing around here, all right, come on now. I need you to be my example of how awesome chickens are. You're not helping out. You're not helping out. You're not helping out. So this here is my illustrious 5-year-old chicken coop that I made. This is, I have heat tape. It's wrapped around the plumbing. I have it's an automatic watering system on the bottom. Inside of here, I will show you in a second, is a reservoir. And I have an Arduino board that I built and wrote the code for. There's a float switch inside of there, so that when the water level comes up, there's a valve that opens up the water and lets it flow, so it'll fill up the reservoir. This here is awesome. No electricity required. You put your food in there and it uses gravity. So with our birds, this will probably last 5 days. It really depends on how many you have. If you have 3 birds, this may last you like 3 weeks. If you have 30-something birds, you're gonna be coming out here every other day and filling this thing up. All this is 4-inch drainage pipe from the hardware store. You can get the cap and whatever. Don't use the really thick stuff because that's expensive and you don't need it. Also, I have a light sensor. And what that does is it detects how much light is out when the sun is out, and it will drop this gate. So this right here goes up and down. It's down because it's daytime, obviously. And when nighttime comes, this will come on up. One thing good about the chickens is that about 99% of the time, there's always that sometimes when they don't want to do it, they always go back into their coop at nighttime. You don't even have to mess with it. Pull this cap on off and you could fill it up with the hose or whatever, which I probably wouldn't recommend doing. There's a lot of BPA in that. You can get camper hoses, which are for potable water. So how long does it take for you to get your eggs? Well, 6 months, sometimes 4. And it seems like it takes an eternity. We have some that are probably every bit of 6 months and they're just now kind of starting to lay eggs. Chickens are awesome because if you live in an area like I do, in the wintertime, there is no life. outside. Birds aren't flying because it's so cold. Squirrels, you rarely see a squirrel. But you look out your window and you see the bird just going at it, just scratching at the ground. Are you ready for this? This is latches for gates. I made that, and I use these fancy hinges on the end. It's gonna be a little stinky. It's winter time, so they're in the coop a little bit longer than in summertime. We actually just changed this a few days ago. So here is one of our dirty birds. I'm not sure what's up with her. She's always filthy. Like the rest of them really aren't like that. But when it's time for them to lay an egg, they'll come right back up inside this coop and lay eggs in these little cubby holes. These right here are porcelain eggs. And the reason why you put them in there is because they don't know where to lay their eggs at. So if they see eggs in a pile, they're gonna lay their egg right on top of that. This here is just a separate feeder. I have it coming from the back. It's got a little dookie on it, but you know, birds don't seem to care. Sometimes they get dirty and you have to clean them out. They'll hit this with their beaks and it'll fill it back up. Here they are in their natural wildlife habitat. Chickens running amok. Let me touch you. Let me touch your feather. Was this the same one? Was this the same one I was holding? The two pieces of 2x4 here are so they can perch at nighttime. There's that bird again, acting all crazy. What are you doing, bird? Here, this is the plastic netting that you can get from the store. I had to replace the top. I did the top and bottom because there are hawks and other predatory birds around here that will kill your birds. If you plan on doing this for long term, get the galvanized chicken wire. So, why wouldn't you want a bird? Look at how pretty they are. Look at how pretty her eyes are. It's got that really sunbursty, like I'm the devil type of look to it, which is really nice, see? If you make something like this, put this screw on top on here. Raccoons are very clever and they will unscrew this. How do I know? Because I've had it happen. Realistically, if somebody tells you no, don't get chickens, find a new friend. Give me one of these. I will see you guys next time and try out this new chicken life. It looks good on you.